y'all, it's Kenya the Sweetest Thing, and this is another sweet venture. This time we're in the studio of Hot 105.7. I'm in the building with Taylor Bryant, and we're getting ready to start Scene Talk. Scene Talk is a segment on Hot 105.7 where they sit down with the students and they bring in professionals and talk to the students on a one-on-one basis. And guess who's the special guest? Me. It's Kenya the Sweetest Thing. It's another sweet venture. I'm really excited. Let's go. And I asked Kenya to come on because when I first met Kenya, I think the confidence that he has was a bit different from anything like I've ever seen before. But I'm sure you probably have a very interesting story of how you got to be where you are now. And I'm sure it wasn't always like that. Well, coming up for me, I'm from a small city. I'm from a very, very small town. I'm from an area where when I went to high school, it was about 500 people. My graduating class was over like 80 people. So it was like I had a lot of time to get to know who I was. And I think that's what a lot of people forget to do. Self-esteem is connected with yourself. Self-esteem is about how you feel about yourself. Your self-esteem is about how you value yourself. And what the thing is you have to figure out who you are first and foremost to know who you are. And with figuring out who you are, you have to go through channels. You have to go through trials and tribulations. You have to go through some things because once you get broken down and once things start to change for you in your life, you start to realize this is what I can take. This is what I can't take. This is what I can do. This is what I can do. And once you go through those channels, you start to realize this is who I am. And you start to accept who you are. You start to accept the cards you was dealt, and you start to play the game the way you want to play it. And that's exactly what I did. How do you get your self-esteem back up where it needs to be if you're dealing with some issues or, you don't recognize your self-worth? Now, how do you get past that? Kenya? Well, first off, I come talk to Miss Taylor, who's sitting right beside me, because she is my personal counselor. But along with doing that, I realized through life that you have to be your best friend. Sometimes you got to be your own lover, and you can't be against yourself. Because when you step out of the building, you don't know who's against you. You don't know who's not on your team. You don't know who's speaking against you. So if you're already against yourself, they've already won the battle. So you have to encourage yourself, and when I say encourage yourself, you have to talk to yourself. People may say it's crazy, people may say something wrong with you, but you have to talk good about yourself and talk good to yourself. Don't be afraid to give yourself a pat on the back. Don't be afraid to tell yourself, you know what, you did a good job today. Even the simpler things like being a good friend, telling somebody they look good, being nice to other people and being nice to yourself. You got to learn how to build character within yourself and learn how to love yourself and appreciate who you are, because at the end of the day, you're all you got. I have to say thank you to all of our guests in the studio. Kenya, my favorite special mentee, Maya Taylor, Jamelia Tatum, Vanessa Gray from Blush About It. You want to watch out for those young ladies. They're doing big things. And Ashley Milan, my old intern. Thank you all so much for sharing your story.